Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and the first ever classic movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Dracula's Daughter, released in 1936. Directed by Lambert Hillyer, from a script by Garrett Fort, starring Otto Kruger, Gloria Holden, Marguerite Churchill, Irving Pichel, Nan Grey, and Edward Van Sloan. Now, this is the direct sequel to Universal's 1931 Dracula, which starred Bela Lugosi. And rumor had it that Bela was supposed to have made an appearance in this film. And there was even pictures of him with Gloria Holden. But most have debated that as being just he was on the set that day, just visiting. And he wasn't really there shooting on the film. And the way he was dressed kind of suggested that he wasn't really playing Dracula there. But, yeah, the only Dracula we get in this is a wax dummy when they recap Dracula's death from the first film with the excellent Edward Van Sloan reprising his role as Professor Von Helsing. But, unfortunately, they chose not to keep the great Edward Van Sloan around in this film. And he only has a handful of scenes before the story goes in a different direction without him. Otto Kruger is very good as the Dr. Jeffrey Garth character. The problem is Gloria Holden as the Countess Maria Valeska. I don't really understand what is the deal with her performance in this film. It's just very odd performance. And one would argue that, yes, Bela Lugosi's performance in the original film was very odd performance, but that was mostly because he was a Hungarian actor, mostly used to stage work, and this was, Dracula was one of his first actual films. So, that's understandable there. With Gloria Holden, I don't get that, why she would perform the way she does in this. There are moments where she's got these wide eyes like she's attempting to hypnotize people, but she's never really hypnotizing anyone except for one little moment in here where she brings in this model, played by the lovely Nan Grey, and begins a hypnosis scene with her. And then, of course, it is cut short, unfortunately. And the plot point with her really doesn't go anywhere. They question her character of Lily later on, but nothing really. She's kind of wasted in this film, unfortunately. As is Marguerite Churchill as Janet Blake, the girlfriend to Garth. I thought that it could have been much better if this film had stuck with more traditional vampire mythos. What we get in this is very odd, very strange take on the vampire legend, and it's just it doesn't feel like a direct sequel to that original Dracula film from 1931. The Marguerite Churchill's character of Janet at one point is targeted by Maria, and you would have thought that this would have followed the traditional vampire mythos where she would have hypnotized her, bid her, been the threat to turn her into a vampire, and that's what causes Otto Kruger to have to save the day by the end and stop Maria. That doesn't happen. She has her right there in front of her, so that you could have something like that happen. But instead, the next time we see Marguerite Holden, she's in this Sleeping Beauty-ish like sleep. And the Countess is, telling Otto Kruger's character that he's the only one that can save her by, helping her and all this. It's just such a convoluted plot point by the end of it, and it's a waste of another really good actress with Marguerite Churchill in here. So 2 very good actresses with Marguerite Churchill and Nan Grey are pretty much wasted in this film, unfortunately. And then Maria's little assistant, Irving Pichel's character of Sandor, he's probably a more interesting character than Maria herself. He even kind of betrays her at one point in the film, even though he's portrayed as this loyal servant throughout the film. But it's just an odd vampire film that just doesn't feel like what you expect from a supposed sequel to a great classic film like Dracula. So, my final review for Dracula's Daughter. I'm going to give this film a 6.8 out of 10. It really misses the mark on this with the way that the Maria character is portrayed and what they do with her vampiric abilities. It's just nothing that really screams Dracula. So, but what do you guys think of Dracula's Daughter? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up for all other subscribers at a later date. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies on this channel that I might not normally review, become a Plus member. Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.